Hey everybody, Coach Adam here, and in today's video, I want to introduce you guys to the Health Habits series, where every Friday I will be going over a series of health tips to help you guys with your daily lives. So let's start with the first one. So the first one is nutrition. Guys, this has been important since the dawn of time. And it will be important until the end of time. This is so important. What you put here makes or breaks your life. Honestly, it really does. Nutrition is very important. So let's talk about it a little bit. So you want to consume a proper amount of carbs, proteins, and fat. Now, obviously, everybody's different. The amount of carbs this person needs may not be the amount of carbs that person needs. The amount of protein this person needs may not be the amount of protein that person needs. Everybody's different, so I'm speaking generically here. Specifics, that's way too broad. I can't do specifics. But let's talk about it a little bit. So carbs, right? Carbs allow us to do work. You guys come here and work out and train and go hard and have fun. That requires energy. That requires energy. You guys are sweating, the strength aerobics class, the semi-private, one-on-one, whatever you're doing here. It's hard work, it's labor, but it's also fun. We make it fun here. We have a great time here. So you want to have that energy because you don't want to walking in not fueled properly, and then you wonder why you didn't have a good workout that day, or you didn't feel like you were at your best. It's because you were underfueled. That's it. Fuel is important. So carbs, they allow you to be full. If you're trying to lose weight, they can be a great tool for you to not overeat because they fill you up. So that's carbs. Protein, like I said, going back to it, you guys work out here. We lift weights here. Strength aerobics, strength camp, semi-private, whatever. We lift weights here, and when we lift weights, our muscle cells are damaged, and so we need protein through the process of sleep, which I'll get to later, to be able to recover and repair that tissue damage, so you can come back the next day or the day after the next day even stronger. Fats is just as important. 30% oils, your butters, you know what I'm talking about, just making sure avocados, making sure you really also consume proper amounts of fats as well. So these two here are tips, so let's go over the first one. Limit/remove alcohol consumption. Now notice how I put limit/remove alcohol consumption. I didn't put remove alcohol consumption, because as a coach, that would be unfair for me to demand such a big thing. You're living in a certain way, and all of a sudden I tell you, complete stop, don't live this way. No, that's too much. That would make me a bad coach. That would be unfair, and I would be setting you up to fail. So we want to limit it. Now, how much you limit it, that's depending on you. Whatever you can start with that, and over time, once you get comfortable with limiting that certain amount, limit even more. But you get to decide. So be honest with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. How much do you think you can limit? Now, obviously, if you want the ultimate results, you have to remove alcohol. So that's for you to decide. I'm just here to help you out with that. Now, you limit it, and then you build up to it to the point where one day you can remove it, So that's what it is for alcohol. Another one, limit/remove junk food. Same thing, limit/remove. I'm not gonna ask you to stop going to this restaurant, stop going to your favorite restaurant, or stop ordering your favorite fast food. If you eat out twice the first week, and then the week after that, eat out once. And so instead of, for 2 weeks, you eat out 4 times, now in 2 weeks, you eat out 3 times. You do that for a total of 6 weeks. and then you remove another day, and then another day. And then throughout 4 months, now you don't eat out anymore. Now, remember, now this is a problem because people, obviously cooking at home is annoying, it's tough. It's requires you to have skill, it requires you to make time for it, energy, and people just sometimes don't have that time with their busy schedules and busy lives. And it really, if you can make that effort, whether that be looking at YouTube videos, there are so many recipes out there, videos, healthy eating, nutrition. You make that effort. At the beginning, you have the recipes memorized, you know how to make them, you start getting really good at making them, you start to make them real quick. Over time, you don't need to go out anymore because now you're eating healthy food that's delicious, and all the money that you're using to eat out can be used to spend on healthy eating. Now, I'm not saying don't ever eat out. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I forbid you from going to your favorite restaurant. No. What I'm saying is keep it in moderation. Because if this gets out of control, anything we do here in the gym is we're not gonna be able to help you. You know, so this is so important. Nutrition. You know, not even just in the gym, your life. You don't want to be going to work or taking on all your challenges and obstacles and your daily tasks, and you don't feel good. You don't feel good. So, because you're eating food that's not healthy in the long run. So keep it in moderation. That's done with nutrition. Next is sleep. You guys know this. Sleep is very important. You guys know the gist of it. But here I have 3 tips on how to be able to sleep better, and then we talk about why and how sleep relates to exercise. Okay? So, exercise aids with sleep. You know why? Because it tires you out. It tires you out, it exhausts you, it makes you sleepy. If you 2 hours before your bedtime or your normal bedtime and you start yawning that means, you're exhausted from the previous day, and it will be much easier for you to fall asleep. So, exercise gets us into that deep sleep. That deep sleep, again, going back, it tires us out because it's work, it's demanding, it's physical exertion at the end of the day, which ultimately it's controlled. We're not, construction workers or whatever. It's controlled, it's through science that will ultimately benefit us and make us stronger, make us healthier, throughout time. So, like I said, exercise aids sleep. Now, because it tires us out. Again, going back to that nutrition part where we need the sleep to be able to, all the food that we consumed that day, it can be used to, build up that muscle tear that we have accumulated throughout the workout. So it's all connected. It's all connected. It really is. It's quite fascinating. I geek out about this, guys. All right, so our next one, try to sleep and wake up at the same time. So this goes back to sleep, finding that routine, being consistent with your sleep, getting the best results. So exercise, which connects to sleep. So now, how do we sleep better? What are some tips so we can sleep better? Try to sleep and wake up at the same time. That's it. Try to sleep and wake up at the same time. Find that routine. Now, you know how I underlined try? You know how I underlined it right here? Try. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to sleep exactly on the exact same time every day. Things happen. But if you have that mindset that this is the time I want to go to sleep in every day, and if it doesn't happen, that's okay. But tomorrow again, I'm going to sleep at this time again. I'm going to try. That's what matters. Try. Once you have that mindset, that's it. You build that habit, So that's it. Try to sleep and wake up at the same time. If I'm going to bed at 9, and I need to wake up at 5 or whatever it is, or I need to go to bed at 10, I need to wake up at 5, keep it consistent. Your body will thank you for it. You'll be able to wake up and leave your house and be able to take on the world. Being consistent. Next, try to create a bedtime routine. You know, bedtime routine, everybody has a different bedtime routine. You know, whether that's, for example, you know, going back to this, which is our next one, limit light exposure where you sleep. You know, I try to dim the lights in my room where I sleep. I try to limit light exposure 1 hour before I actually go to sleep. I just do that. I'm in that zone. I'm about to shut down soon. I start to relax. Now, like I said, again, going back to try to sleep and wake up at the same time. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect, but if we try, we'll be able to get to where we want to be, you know, over time, and we will build that habit and we will succeed, you know. Try to create a better bedtime routine, which is, again, you pick it, you decide it based on your own personal schedule. I don't know your own schedule, so I can't decide that for you, or I can't even give you advice on it. But if you do have any questions, please come up and ask me. You know, find that time, decide it, commit to it. Okay, this is the time I'm sleeping in starting tonight. Not the next day, tonight. Make it happen. Try. And if it doesn't happen tonight, try again tomorrow. Again, I'm kind of repeating myself here. Try. Double down on it. That's how change happens. Change happens when we're annoying, when we double down, we triple down, we really focus on the thing that we really want to change. So one day, our weakness now becomes our strength and becomes the thing that we just casually do, which comes through over time and habits and all that stuff. Building that habit, 21 days to cement a habit, 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to cement that habit and lock it for life. You know, again, limit light exposure where you sleep. We've talked about that. Try to create a bedtime routine. We've talked about that. Try to sleep and wake up at the same time. We talked about that. And then we talked about how exercise aids in sleep. It tires you out, which will allow you to go to sleep, which, you know, for people who don't exercise, this is where you separate from the people who don't exercise. For the people that don't exercise, we human beings, we were born to move. I'll tell you that much. We were born to move. We weren't born to, you know, be still all day, be sitting still all day, having that sedentary lifestyle. Now I understand this is the modern world. This isn't, 1,000 years ago. You know, this is the modern world. This is how it is now. This is how things work now. So now it is your initiative. It is your responsibility to go perform that exercise to remain healthy, remain fit, remain strong, which will help you fall asleep. You know, for the people who don't exercise, they're gonna deal with things like insomnia. They're not gonna be able to fall asleep because they still have that energy that wasn't used. You know, that energy that wasn't used, they still have it. They wonder why I can't sleep. They gotta go to their doctor and tell them I can't sleep. You know, because you still have so much energy. You have so much energy to think, and then you think about all your tasks for the next day, or what happened today. You know, so exercise really helps with sleep, and it can save you problems from insomnia, which again require medication. You got to go to your doctor and be like, hey, I'm sick. He's gonna give you medication, and if the less drugs we're on, the better. All right, guys, this is part 1 of our health habits series. Every week we're gonna be posting one, or I'm gonna be posting one. And today we covered nutrition and sleep. Hope this helps. I know it's a little long video. Thank you for listening. Kind of me babble, you know. So yeah, all right. See you next week. All right, bye-bye, guys.